Hello everyone, this is Michaela with you and you are on the HryArt channel. Today is a new day, a new project, and to be honest, one idea that has long bothered me. You know how it goes, you look at your works, think everything is great, but showing them properly on video is a whole different story. You turn the camera one way, then walk around the product yourself, and sometimes you look like an operator with a fitness bracelet walking laps around the workshop. So I decided stop, I need a rotating table. The idea is simple: to make a platform that rotates around its axis. You put the product on it and it spins beautifully on its own. Minimal movements, maximum effect. So let's go. I decided to make the structure out of plywood. It's affordable, sturdy, and very comfortable for me to work with. The table itself will consist of two parts, a lower base that stands still and an upper rotating surface, which is the one that will spin. For the top cover, I'm taking birch plywood 20mm thick. Why this thickness? Because I know myself, today I'll put a light picture and tomorrow I'll want to place something heavy. So it's better to make a rigidity reserve right away so nothing will bend. The plywood is a standard size, 1.5 meters by 1.5 meters. And I don't need that much, so we start with the classic cutting off the excess, a bit of dust, a bit of noise, just how we like it. The main thing is to prepare the blank so it fits properly into the laser machine. I lay the sheet on the machine, set the X and Y coordinates, adjust along the Z axis. You always have to be careful here, one wrong millimeter and instead of a circle you get something abstract. But this time everything is precise. And I think, why not add a bit of character? So I decided to engrave the channel logos right on the top surface. Let the table be not just a tool but part of the HryArt style. I start cutting and here comes the most interesting part. The 20mm plywood decided to show some character. The 180-watt laser works hard but doesn't want to cut all the way through. The second pass didn't cut through, the third neither. And I'm standing there thinking, well buddy, looks like we'll finish it manually. But that's a normal story. The workshop isn't about perfect plans but about adaptation. By the way, a small pause. If you like such live projects, support the channel, subscribe, like, write comments and hit the bell. For you, it's just a few seconds, but for me, it's huge motivation to keep going. And now, back to work. After a little struggle with the 20mm plywood, I move on to the next stage, the lower base. Here I take 9mm thick plywood, and honestly, after the thick board it feels almost like cardboard. I cut a circle about 40 cm in diameter and internal rings for the rotating axis. And here the laser works perfectly, one pass and all parts are ready. No burnt smell, no nerves, just a clean cut. These are the moments I love the most, when the machine works and you stand nearby, watching and realizing everything is going according to plan. When all parts are cut out, we move to the mechanical workshop. Here the process becomes more lively. I take a jigsaw and finish cutting the places where the laser couldn't go through the thick plywood. I do it slowly without rushing. The jigsaw is a simple tool, but if you hurry, you can easily spoil the edge. After the jigsaw, I move on to the router. I put a bearing bit on and guide it along the laser edge. And you know that feeling when the uneven edge literally becomes smooth before your eyes? That's a special pleasure. A sense of completion appears, like the part starts looking not like a blank but like a finished element of the future product. Yes, there's a lot of dust, and it can't be helped. I connect the vacuum cleaner, but still, the workshop after work looks like a little dust hurricane has just passed through. But that's part of the process. Next, I move on to assembling the central axis. I take the rings I cut earlier on the laser and thread them onto a 20 diameter rod step by step, forming the needed height. I glue each ring, set it straight, and check for any misalignment. Because if the axis is crooked, there will be no smooth rotation. While the glue sets, I mark the base for the rollers. I divide the circle into 4 sectors, place the first wheels, then add more between them. The more evenly they are placed, the smoother the top part spins. I use simple wheels without unnecessary flair. The main thing here is balance and smoothness. Before installing each roller, I do small pilot drilling. This saves time and nerves. The pin goes in straight, the plywood doesn't crack, everything looks neat. After assembly, I take 240 grit sandpaper and go over the surface. This is the moment when you already see the result but want to make it a little better. The edge becomes smooth, pleasant to the touch, and even the sound of sanding soothes you. And here is the most interesting part. I install the top cover, center it, gently press the first push, and the turntable starts to rotate smoothly without jerks. I even decided to do a small test standing on it with my weight of about 80 kilograms, and you know what? It spins calmly, evenly, without extra noise. At moments like these, you realize that all the hours of work were not in vain. Now it's enough to place any item and you can shoot video without running around. The camera stays in place, the object rotates, it looks professional and neat. For my channel, this is a huge plus. And honestly, this is the kind of project that seems simple, but then you understand how much it eases daily work. Less chaos, more control over the frame, and the shooting process itself becomes more enjoyable. This is today's project turntable, which I think will appear in my videos more than once. Write in the comments how you like the result and if you have done something similar in your workshop. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, and click the bell. Thank you for watching. See you in the next videos.